Hi guys, this is going to be a quick tutorial on how to set up Unity so that you can download the game project files, import them into Unity to have the full game to explore, make edits to those game files, and then share them with the rest of the team. So the first thing you're going to need is Unity. It's just a simple download, install. When you open it, it should look something like this. It's going to be a blank project. You want to create a new project, so we'll go File, New Project, and in this example, I'm going to call it Test Project. You might want to name it Nightmare or Dream Run after the project that we have, but since I already have that one existing, I'm just going to call it Test Project. I'm going to click Create. It's actually going to shut down Unity and restart it up with a brand new project. So this should be how it looks for everybody. The next thing you'll need is the actual game project files. Those are hosted on IGDA. On our Google Drive folder for IGDA. You can find them by going to the IGDA folder, 0 game files. Each one is held in its own folder as there are multiple versions. Core is the core programming pack. That is where people who are working on programming will actually be designing the system mechanics. Audio is going to hold all of the sound files for the game. Enemy holds all of the enemy models. Home is very specific to the home level. Level is all of the other assets, so trees and rocks and torches and walls and anything that makes up levels is inside the level folder. So these are all assets. Blizzard, Boss, Dark, Despair, Hub, Ooze, OPA, Sand, and Vert are all levels. Inside each of these folders, you're going to find a Unity package. Or multiple ones. You always want to download the latest one. So in this example, I would download core v104.unity package. So I just click on that to download it. Click the download button, and it'll just download that file for me. The other option is to use Google Drive as an application, which you can install. It comes down here into your taskbar, and it syncs your files. So I can just go open Google Drive folder. It's going to pop open this folder for me, and now you can see my IGDA folder has been synced, so all of those game files are here in an explorable method, so I don't have to download them because they're downloaded in the background. It's up to you which method you use, either one will work. But you will want to get all of the latest files, so you'll want to get the latest core, the latest audio, the latest enemy, etc. Most of these at this point only have one, but there are a couple that have a few different versions. So make sure that you're grabbing the latest iteration of it. And download those all and put them somewhere safe. And the next thing to do is actually import them. What we used to do is just share the whole project file, but it took too long to upload and download everything, and it meant that only one person could ever be working on it. In this situation, each person can be working on each individual part of the product. So in this one, what we're going to do is we're going to go to Assets, Import Package, Custom Package. A package is essentially a zip file designed specifically for Unity. In this case, we're going to import the core zip Unity package. It's going to ask us which items we want to import. By default, everything should be checked, so we're just going to click nothing because it's already on, or you could click the all button to turn them all, and we're going to import that. It's going to take just a second to get everything together, compiled, put that all in there. Voila. So now when I expand my assets folder down here, you'll see that I have a core pack. And inside the core pack, if I expand that, I have additional files. So now everything that was in that core pack is now part of my project as well. This includes the character files for Snow, as well as some of the levels. So we have the test level, for example. I'm going to open the test level, and I'm going to not save the current scene because it was just a temporary scene that I don't need. So I'm going to click Don't Save. And now I have the test level that you guys have seen me work with before. All I have to do to test it is just push this play button up here, and I immediately am dropped into the game, and I can start moving around with the WASD buttons. So it's fully functional in that way. Awesome. So when you're all done importing all of your packs, you're going to have it looking like this. You'll have your asset pack, and then you'll have one folder for each package. So now you have the entire game project on your computer, and you can play around with it as needed. To keep it up to date, all you need to do is just whenever there's a new package, come in here and get the latest version. So I would download the last one. And again, I can just import it by going to Assets, Import Package, Custom Package. And for this example, because I already have the core package here, you'll see all assets from this package are already in your package or in your project. If there was a new file, then it would give you the option to import that as well. So you can choose whether you want to import everything. It's normally safest to just import everything and override it, but it's up to you how you want to do that. So now let's say we're at the point where I want to make an adjustment. So let's say I'm going to be working on blocking in the hub level. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to open the hub. And you'll see the hub level has already got some starting stuff here. But let's say, this keep area, I want to expand it. All I have to do is come over and make my edits. I'm going to pause the video for a second while I just make a couple edits so we can see. Awesome. So I've gone ahead and just made a couple really simple edits, just put in some extra crystals and some pillars here to just make that entranceway look a little more intimidating. So now I have a new version of the Level Hub package. So what I need to do is export that. In order to do that, I'm just going to come in here and make sure that I have the hub folder selected. I'm going to go to Assets, Export Package. Now you'll notice here that it's got a whole lot of stuff selected, but if I come down here into my assets, this folder only has two things. It has a folder and a scene. So why is this all being included? I have everything from scripts, and this is in the core folder. So this is called dependencies. It's saying that there's something in the hub level that is also using this, and that's because inside the hub scene I've placed snow. So snow is actually here in the scene. So it's saying that it has a dependency. It's reliant on this core pack. Because everybody should have all the packages, we don't have to worry about that. So just click off Include Dependencies. All you need to do now is just export this. It's going to ask you to give it a name. And in this case, you want to give it the same name that you imported it as, but increment it. So in this case, it would be hub, and then it was v01, and it used to be 02. So now I'm going to increment it to 03. So you just want to double check that. So you see it's hub v102, and now we're going to hub v103. So just make sure that you increment it, so that way you always have the newest version. Now you can come back on here to the IGDA file, or as I said before, you could do it through your folder, whichever version you'd like. I'm going to come here to the hub folder, and I'm going to upload to this folder the file hub v103, and I'm going to upload and share. And that's it. Your file is immediately available for everyone else. You'll notice here that I named it v01. I should have named it v1, so I'll rename that, no problem. Try to be consistent so that the files remain in the correct order. And that's essentially it. All you need to do is just, make any changes across the game and make sure that you are uploading your new packages and downloading whenever somebody else has made a package. The other thing that I want to just go ahead and go over real quick is the fact that we do have a sign-out sheet for these. Now, we still do have the limitation of only one person can work on each area. So that's in the team task list, and it's the first page game sign-out. So you'll see here that I have the home level signed out. Now what that means is that you can still download the home file. So if you come here to the home level, you could download that. That's fine. But you can't upload a new one, and you shouldn't be working on editing it at all, because that means I'm going to be making changes right now, and when I upload, it would basically overwrite anything that you've done. So only one person should be working on each section of the game at a time, but you can download all of them. So never be afraid to download it and test it out, and just make sure that you check if somebody else has it signed out before you start making edits. In order to claim something, you'll just type your name in here. So I could say if I'm going to work on maybe updating the enemies in the enemy pack, I'll just sign it out here, download it, update the models, and then re-upload. When I'm done, I'm going to delete my name and just put in a note saying what I did. So a really good example, since I just did it, would be the hub level. We can say that I'm going to basically added some new decorative geometry. Voila, all done. And that's about it. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know.